guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel to all my new subscribers. Hello, thank you for stopping by. How are we today? It's actually raining here and I am actually hoping and praying Nepal will not do me the honors of saying, girl, okay, that's it for today. That's it for today. But I'm hoping to actually live this life because this makeup cannot go to waste. You know what I'm saying? It's raining. It's getting heavy. So let me just continue the video and hope you don't take the light because girl, I look fine. I look too fine. It's really raining. It's raining cats and dogs. I hope you guys can actually hear me. In today's video, I will be talking about my favorite books that I have read so far this year. These books are in no particular order. I'll just mention them as I wrote them here. So one of the best books I've read this year is the Mark of the Lion series by Francis Rivers. I love this book. I cannot get over this book. I did talk about this book in the books I read this year. This is a series. We have A Voice in the Wind. We have what is the title of this book? A Voice in the Wind, As Sure as Down, and we have An Echo in the Darkness. How I forget this title? We have A Voice in the Wind, which is the first book, and then we have An Echo in the Darkness, which is the second book, and we also have As Sure as Down, which is the third book. I'm not even a series fan, but this book, I enjoyed everything about this book. If you know me now, you know that Francis Rivers is one of my favorite Christian authors right now. Yes, I don't think there'll be a month that I will not read anything, that I will not read a book. I will not read a book by Francis Rivers. Because right now, I will read anything she writes. Anything Francis Rivers writes, I'm definitely reading. So in The Voice in the Wind, the story of Hadassah, you will get to know how the Romans went to Jerusalem and they destroyed Jerusalem. Jerusalem was in ruins, and the book was set about 40 years after Jesus died. And I got to meet him. I got to meet John the Apostle, who wrote the book of Revelation, in the book, and I got to understand so many things that I didn't understand at first, because you have an insight. I got to live in Jerusalem. I got to live in Ephesus. I got to live in Rome. I got to live in the arena in Ephesus. Because if you watch Gladiator, there's this, okay, they took Atreides, I hope I get the name right. He's from Germania. So they took him as a slave, but he was a gladiator because he was brought out to fight in the arena. And so it gives you this gladiator feeling. You feel you're watching Gladiator. If this book would ever be in a film, if this book would ever turn to a film, I want Brad Pitt to be Atreides, because I just pictured Brad Pitt as Atreides. He would perfectly fit this role. Perfectly. He would fit this role perfectly. And I think it's probably because of Troy. That's why I'm like, yeah, Brad Pitt would actually fit this role. Now I feel like watching Troy over again. God, I love Troy. Okay, and so Hadassah got taken as a slave, and she was taken as Julia's slave, the rich Romans. And Julia is this very stubborn character that she was naive. She wanted everything to go her way, okay? And that actually got her into a lot of trouble. She was naive, she was stubborn, and her brother Marcus. And okay, Marcus' story was in the book 2. That is in An Echo in the Darkness, because after Hadassah died, he wanted an answer. Yes, he wanted an answer about Hadassah's God. So he had to go all the way to trace Hadassah's house because he wanted an answer. And then there was an echo in darkness. He got the answer he actually wanted. And so actually called the Mark of the Lion series because at the end Hadassah was put in an arena, and a lion was actually supposed to eat her up, but luckily she escaped, and so she got the mark of the lion. The lion gave her a mark, so that's why it's called the Mark of the Lion series. And so Hadassah survived. In book 2, Marcus gets to meet Hadassah. In fact, he met her because Julia was sick, but Hadassah, she was so faithful and loyal. Hadassah has a good heart, okay? She went back to Julia to still take care of her until she died. Julia ended up, she got sick because of her way of life. She got sick, and so she died. But at the end, Marcus would get to meet Hadassah, and at the end they got married. I was so happy, but somehow I was like, oh god, I wish Hadassah was whole the way she was. She wasn't crippled and the mark maybe disappeared or something, I don't know. But true love, Marcus married Hadassah, and then that's the ending of As Sure An Echo in the Darkness. And in As Sure as the Dawn is the story of Atreides. We have Rizpah, we have Theophilus. Oh my god, Theophilus, such a character I reckon with, such a good character. And Atreides, he has anger issues. Anyway, he's a barbarian, so there's a particular way barbarians behave. They have anger issues, they don't process things well. So yes, Atreides is a barbarian, he's a gladiator, he's an ex-gladiator, because at the end he got his freedom, he gained his freedom back. And so he went back to his people in Germania, and together with his son, Julia gave birth to a son for Atreides. But Atreides, he wants nothing to do with the son at first, before later on he wanted the child. But do you know, I wished at some point Atreides got to know that Julia did not survive, because he didn't get to know that she did not survive. He didn't know that she died, but he does know about her son. And so Rizpah, the widow who got Atreides' son, at the end she got married to Atreides. It's a whole lot down there in that book, but it's a good book that I would like you guys to read this book. If you are into Christian and historical fiction, this is the book for you, because honestly you will enjoy this book. I'm giving this book a 5-star because it deserves all the stars in this life. So my next favorite book, one of the best books I read so far this year, is Yinka, Where Is Your Husband by Lizzie Damilola Blackburn. I enjoyed every single thing about this book. Love it, okay? I kept flipping and flipping, wanting to know more. It's a story of Yinka. Yinka is okay, you know, as a girl, there's as a Nigerian girl, because I think it's mostly in Africa, because at some points your mom starts disturbing you with, where's the husband, you should get married already. And so in Yinka, Where Is Your Husband, Yinka's mom cannot wait for Yinka to get married, and the fact that Yinka's younger sister is already married, that is double pressure, okay? Pressure for you to get married already, because your time is ticking. Yeah, they'll say your time is ticking. And then the pressure from the fact that your younger sister is already married, that is double pressure. And so the pressure of her to get married at all costs. And so of course you know, having to be embarrassed in public, they'll publicly pray for you to get a husband, is enough humiliation already. At some point Yinka was trying to change for this guy she likes. Do you know the funniest thing? The funniest and the saddest thing was the fact that this guy, in fact, Yinka even pretended that she cooked the food for this guy. But this guy, just for Yinka's friend to just pop in to get her water bottle, this guy was already liking Yinka's friend. You know, sometimes it's not even about you trying to cook to show the guy that you can actually cook. If the guy doesn't actually want to be with you, he will not be with you. At some point she was trying to get her extensions just to impress this guy, and you know, the guy that is always available, that is always around, you don't tend to like this guy. You treat him like shit. which is sad though. And then it's the guy that you can actually get that is hard to get is the guy you actually like. So it's a complicated world, honestly. But this book, Yinka Where's Your Husband, is such a good book. I would like you guys to read this book. Love it. Next book is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. Again, Redeeming Love. I love this book. Funny enough, this is the first book that Francine Rivers ever wrote. This is her first book, Redeeming Love. In fact, it's the story of Hosea and Gomer in the Bible. I didn't even know about the story of Hosea and Gomer until I read Redeeming Love, and I'm like, oh wow, this is the story of Hosea kind of represented God, and Gomer kind of represented the Israelites. And so in Redeeming Love, Angel is the Israelite because she kept going back to her sins. She was a prostitute. And we have Michael. God, I love Michael. Michael Hosea. He's my favorite character. I love Michael's character. Have you ever read a book that you wish you can actually bring out a character from a book to real life? I actually felt like bringing out Michael Hosea to real life because Michael Hosea is the type of guy you would want to date because he's just that guy, honestly, okay? And so Angel, she was a prostitute, sadly, and okay, Michael Hosea wanted to marry Angel. He married her, but Angel felt that she doesn't deserve this. She felt like he's too good for her, so she kept running back to the Britel. She kept going back to the Britel. There's the movie. Yes, there's a movie now, although I still haven't seen that movie, but I would. I'm kind of scared. I don't want the movie to spoil the image of Michael Hosea for me. You know, there's the image I have of him in my head from the book, and then what if I watch the movie and then the Michael in the movie just spoils it for me? Okay, so somehow I'm actually content. I'm okay with the image of Michael I have, and somehow I want to watch the movie and know if the movie actually did justice to the book. But we have few books, yes, that actually lived up to our expectations, but most times they don't. But I will watch the movie and see. Next book I also enjoy is one of my best books this year so far. This is Me Letting You Go. If I was even doing a series on this book, but somehow I stopped. I really should complete that series. I will try and complete the series for the book. This book is about letting go, because you know, okay, mostly is after a relationship, you know, at some points after you're actually allowed to feel the pain, feel everything, because if you don't, it's more likely going to affect you in future. So it's good to feel the pain, heal, let go, so that in future if you meet someone else, you would be able to give 100% of yourself. And this book is about letting go, and I really love this book. In fact, the author wrote this book after a heartbreak. You know, people actually write books, music after a heartbreak, and those songs actually hit. Those songs end up becoming #1 on billboards. So the next book, one of my favorite books that I recently finished reading, is My Sister's Child by Lynn Andrews. Lynn Andrews is one of my favorite British authors. I love her book. And My Sister's Child is one of those books that you would read and you were like, oh wow, thank you, Lynn, for writing this book. Books, I enjoy reading all her books. I first read Liverpool Angels, and ever since I first read Liverpool Lamplight, then Liverpool Angels. My Sister's Child is her third book that I am reading, and I will continue reading anything Lynn Andrews writes. I will continue getting her books to read. My Sister's Child is about I want to say she reminds me of Julia in Mark of the Line. Okay, she's stubborn. I don't want to say she's rebellious. She's just a stubborn character, and at the end of the day she had to pay the price for what she did. Although it's actually sad because she didn't plan to get pregnant, okay, but because, you know, she kept giving her stepmother headache, okay. The stepmom, she wouldn't listen to the stepmom, she doesn't like the stepmom. And the people she was hanging around with, they were bad influence. So unfortunately this night she got drunk, she got late, she got pregnant. And they used to have this place for women that have fallen. It's a place where if you get pregnant out of wedlock, they take you to that place for women that have fallen. But she didn't want to go there. Unfortunately her mom died, and unfortunately her mom died, and so, but she doesn't like her stepmom. And the mom's business got bonds, the dad died. A lot of things happened to this family. It's actually a sad book, because my heart was just bleeding when I was reading this book, okay. I was, you know, when bad things keep happening to a particular family, people kept dying. Even the priest said grief has been in this family for a very long time. Different things kept happening. Then the World War came, and sadly, because of for Annie, she got syphilis. Syphilis is a sexual transmitted disease. She got syphilis and she died. And so her son Daniel, they had to take Daniel to her stepsister's house, and so Ellen now would have to raise Daniel, which is Annie's son. And there's something I love about this book, because I love the love those women shared, the love Ellen, you could see, oh my god, there's the way they actually look out for each other in the neighborhood, okay. Imagine having friends like this. They're actually there for you. If something is wrong with you, they will come, help you wash, help you clean up, get you food. They will all go out there and help you. I think that was one of the things I was able to get from this book, is the friendship, the love, the way they actually look out for each other, okay. If we have more people like this, I think this will be a better place. So this love they had in the neighborhood, they always look out for each other. It is really remarkable, because I mean, that really touched me. And another book that I enjoyed reading this year is The Lady's Mind by Frances Rivers. How many books of Frances Rivers have I mentioned? The Lady's Mind by Frances Rivers. I won't go too deep, because I talked about all these books in my video that I did about the books I've read so far. The Lady's Mind, one of the best books I've read, because we have Catherine, that's the main character. She's in a society where women are not allowed to speak up, women are not allowed to talk. There is injustice in the society, and then Catherine, she actually stood up. So we actually want more people like Catherine, okay, in society. And thank God for the women that actually stood up for us, for our right to vote. Because imagine, because it's not actually easy. I remember watching on Curiosity Channel how and what those women went through just for us to get our rights today. They actually went through a lot. So thank you to all the women who fought for us, for the rights we are enjoying today. Thank you. In some countries, some women still don't have this right, which is really sad. And its occasion is that character who she stood up. And the part that got me was the part that when they were exchanging their vows, she didn't want to say her complete vows, because she knows that, okay, I'm not doing this, so I'd rather skip this part of the vows. Because mostly now, people don't even respect their wedding vows. They say it, but they don't even live by it. I wish we'll have more people like Catherine who they understand what it means to say a wedding vow, so you will live by it. I feel if people actually understand what it means, to what the wedding vows means, they will. I feel marriages today would last, but people have no regard for the vows. They just say it and they don't live by it, which is sad. Yes. And the last book I would mention is Bridge to Heaven, again by Francis Rivers, one of the best books I've read. I also talked about this book in my video among the books I've read so far this year. Please do watch this video. And so Bridge to Heaven, one of the best books I've read. I think this was the book that introduced me to Francis Rivers. After I read this book, I said, you know what, wait. I was like, wait, what have I been reading all this time? Because how comes I have never read anything by Francis Rivers? So ever since Bridge to Heaven, I have been getting Francis Rivers books, and I am so happy that I know her now. And I don't think there'll be a month that will pass by that I will not read a book by Francis Rivers. I don't think so. So Bridge to Heaven is another book. Almost all Francis Rivers books, they are a 5-star for me because I love these books, love them. I would like you guys also check out her books. So I have come to the end of my video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.